Welcome back to my new video. We are discussing the play The Merchant of Venice, Act 1, Scene 1. In my previous video, I had explained Gratiano's views for Antonio's sadness. He had advised Antonio not to remain sad. For this, he had referred to some kind of people who always remain sad or serious in order to prove that they are the prudent people of society. For that, he had also given the example of oracles. Oracles means their voice were considered God's voice during Elizabethan period. So, Gratiano's ultimate suggestion to Antonio was that not to catch fish with melancholy bait, means not to earn false reputation, fake reputation by always remaining sad. And he had also told that I'll end my exhortation after dinner. Exhortation, that is my good advice. So that means he wanted to advise him more, but now it was the time for Gratiano and Lorenzo to leave Antonio along with the company of Bassanio. So further, let us move ahead. Since Gratiano had just now advised him regarding his sadness, so on that Antonio says, "Fare you well, I'll grow a talker for this skier." Fare you well means goodbye. And I just told that they are leaving, about to leave. So Antonio is bidding goodbye to them by saying fare you well. And he also says that I'll grow a talker for this gear. Means I'll certainly become talkative, means not as talkative like Gratiano. Gratiano is a talkative character in this play. So Antonio says that I'll certainly start talking, means I'll remove my sadness by following your advice. Gear, that is advice. Gratiano says, "Thanks. I faith for silence is commendable in a need's tongue dried." He says, thanks. Thanks for what? Since Antonio just now said that I'll follow your advice, your gear. For that, Gratiano says, thanks. I faith means I have trust upon you that you will certainly do whatever you have said just now. And further he says that silence is commendable in need's tongue tried. Means silence only looks good in ox tongue. Ox here is a kind of animal, and we know that animal, they don't have speech. They do have voice, but they don't have words to express like we humans. So here he says that silence is only commendable, it only looks good for animals, giving the example of ants, not in humans. So after this, Gratiano and Lorenzo departs from the scene. Now further, who remained there? Were the characters there? Antonio and Bassanio. Now two best friends, okay, Antonio and Bassanio are left there. Antonio says, "Is that anything now? Is that anything now?" Means, does it make any sense regarding what Antonio is asking? And asking to whom? Of course to Bassanio, because there are no any other character other than Bassanio and Antonio. So of course he is addressing to Bassanio by asking, "Is that anything now?" Means what sense was there in Gratiano's long speech, long dialogue? Just now he has suggested by delivering such a long dialogue to Antonio not to remain sad, and Antonio had accepted also. So Bassanio's views, Gratiano speaks an infinite deal of nothing. Okay, it is Bassanio's views. He says Gratiano speaks a lot without any meaning. Gratiano speaks an infinite deal of nothing, more than any man in all Venice. There is no other man in whole Venice who speaks more than Gratiano. His reasons are as 2 grains of wheat hid in 2 bushels of chaff. You shall seek all day before you find them, and when you have them, they are not worth the search. Bassanio expresses his views here that Gratiano speaks a lot which is useful for nothing. He says here, he explains it in his own way by saying the reasons, his here refers to Gratiano, okay, and his reasons here meaning logic or the theme or the meaning of speech delivered by Gratiano. Bassanio here says that he speaks infinite deal of nothing, means he speaks a lot without making any sense. It's just like that searching 2 grains of wheat in heaps of chaff. Bushels of 2 bushels of chaff. Bushels is measuring unit. So here we can take it as heaps, and chaff means husks. Husks, that dried outer layer of seeds. So in heaps of husks, searching 2 grains of wheat. Just imagine. According to Bassanio, Gratiano's reasons means the theme of his speech or the meaning of his speech is just like 2 grains of wheat hidden in heaps of shafts. One keeps on searching whole day, and after getting those wheats, means after getting the meaning of the speech, he'll come to know that they were useful for nothing. In short, according to Bassanio, whatever Gratiano speaks, they are totally worthless. If not totally, at least some to great extent. According to Bassanio, we have discussed in my last video that Gratiano is a very talkative character. Okay, people think that he speaks a lot without any reason, without making any sense, but actually it do contain some sense that comes out accordingly. So here, according to Bassanio also, Gratiano speaks a lot and infinite deal of nothing, okay, and he speaks more than any other man in whole Venice, and the meaning of his speech is just like searching 2 grains of wheat in 2 bushels of chaff, that is heaps of husks. You shall seek all day means you will search it throughout the day, and even if you get those wheats here compares, wheats here symbolizes the reasons, Gratiano's reasons or meaning of his speech. So even if you get the meaning, you will find it that they are not worth the search, means they were not much valuable. Further, Antonio, well, tell me now, what lady is the same to whom you swore a secret pilgrimage that you today promised to tell me of? Now here comes the reason for which Bassanio has approached to Antonio. Okay, Bassanio has come to Antonio to discuss something about the lady whom he wanted to visit secretly. For that, Antonio was asking now tell me about that lady to whom you have swore a secret pilgrimage, means you have promised to have a secret visit. Okay, you promised that you will tell me today. Now tell me about that lady. Now, before telling anything about that lady, what Bassanio says, let us see. It's not unknown to you, Antonio, how much I have disabled my state by something showing a more swelling port than my faint means would grant continuance. Okay. Regarding Bassanio, we have discussed before in my previous videos, I think in my prior videos, okay, that what kind of man he is? He is a spendthrift man, an extravagant man. What do you understand by these terms? One who spends money recklessly, carelessly, without any need. Better to call it wastage of money. Spending is different and wasting is different. Spending means spending for some useful thing, and wasting means just like that. Okay, so Bassanio was a spendthrift kind of a person who used to waste money without any care, just carelessly. For that, he used to borrow money from his friends and basically from Antonio, who was his best friend. Okay, now here he's talking about that. What he says here, it's not unknown to you, Antonio, how much I have disabled my state. Okay, it's clearly known to you, Antonio, that how much I have wasted my resources. Okay, disabled here means wasted, state here means his money, his resources. How? By something showing a more swelling port, by living a grand lifestyle, a lavish life. Okay? Then my faint means would grant continuance. Even it was not allowed by, it was not affordable by my meager income. Faint means meager or less, least we can say. Okay, means here we can call it income. Okay, though my meager income, my least income didn't allow me, it was not affordable for me, still I continued a swelling pot. Okay, means a grand lifestyle. Let us go through it once again, the lines you see. It's not unknown to you, Antonio, means it's known to you, Antonio. Okay, how much I have disabled my state, how much I have wasted my money by something showing a more swelling port, by leading a grand lifestyle, even when it was not affordable by my meager income. Nor do I now make moan to be abridged from such a noble rate, but my chief care is to come fairly off from the great debts. Now, what he says, I'm not complaining. He says, nor do I make moan. Moan means complaint. I'm not complaining for that, but still my chief care is, means my main concern is to come out of those debts honorably. Debts, D-E-B-T, it is pronounced like debt, be silent. And debt means loans. Okay, he has taken loans. He is indebted to Antonio, and now his chief concern is to come out of those loans honorably, fairly. Okay, wherein my time something too prodigal hath left me gauged. Okay, so his chief concern is to, at the present time, his chief concern is to come out of those debts fairly, in which he is today, because of his prodigal lifestyle. Prodigal again means extravagant or spendthrift. These terms are same. Extravagant, spendthrift, and prodigal, all these terms are same. Okay. To you, Antonio, I owe the most. I'm very much indebted to you. In money and love, not only in the sense of money, but in love also. And from your love, I have a warranty to unburden all my plots and purposes. How to get clear of all those debts I owe. So he says to Antonio that you have not only helped me by uh, lending money, but you have always showered your love also on me as my best friend. So he says, to you, Antonio, I am indebted a lot. Okay, so he says, now out of that love, I have a warranty that I want to unburden, means I want to reveal all my plots and purposes, all my plans, that how I have to come out from all my debts. So how I'm ready to come out of those debts, how will I come out from those debts and from loans? I want to reveal, I want to disclose all my plots and purposes. Plots and purposes means my plannings, my further plannings. Till now, Bassanio has never returned his borrowed money. But now he is telling about returning back. So, what is his planning? Let us see. Antonio says, I pray you, good Bassanio, let me know it. I request you, dear Bassanio, let me know it. It refers to what? His plans and purposes. His plots and purposes means his further planning. And if it stand as you yourself still do within the eye of honor, be assured my purse, my person, my extremist means lie all unlocked to your occasions. What he says here in this extract, he assures Bassanio that first he says, I request you that tell me all your plannings. Okay? And if it stand as you yourself still do, if your planning will be as perfect as you in my eyes, okay, believe me, all my purse means my wealth, my person me myself, and my extremist means my greatest resources, okay, will always be open for you. Okay, my purse, my wealth, my person me myself means Antonio is referring to himself, and my extremist means all my resources will be always be ready to help you. Bassanio is assured by Antonio. So today we have discussed up to line number 140, 41, 42, 43. Okay, and we are at the verge of completing scene 1. I hope it will be completed in my next video. Till then, bye bye.